All right, y'all. So I just got out of watching 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and this might be controversial to say, but I think this one's my favorite. It was it was just weird enough and just interesting enough for me to just shoot it right up there to number one. It would help to think of it from 4 points of view. The doctor, the alpha, the cult, and the scientific experiment. That's the 4 parts of the movie right there. The doctor, we remember the doctor from the last 28 years later movie. The boy tried to find the doctor to cure his mother, but that didn't work out. The doctor is still continuing his experiments, trying to test the alpha and find a cure for all of this. Of course, there's always someone trying to find the cure, and in this world, it's the doctor. So, between the doctor and the alpha, they have now come to some kind of weird psychotropic induced understanding with each other, and it's weird, but it works. Okay, and through that came a little bit of a breakthrough for both of them. Actually, that came for a breakthrough for everybody. Then there's the alpha, who is still going around doing his thing, and then he comes across the doctor again, and through trial and error they come to an understanding. Then you have the cult. At the end of the last movie, would come across this cross between the wild kids from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and one of the gangs from the Warriors movie. That's what we come across in the last 28 years later movie. And they are pretty much the central part of this movie. We get to meet the leader, and to easier understand what this cult is it's easier to see the leader as Anton LaVey and the cult as, I mean, if the leader is Anton LaVey, the cult is, yeah, you get it. And their belief system is according, which is how in the movie you get all these inverted religious angles, which, it's the end of the world, it's a zombie apocalypse, so I don't mind it. It's crazy out here. They believe in all sorts of crazy stuff. But that's the cult. Then we have the scientific experiment, in which the doctor and the alpha are conducting with each other to make a breakthrough with everybody. But it's weird. At first, all these things are just randomly happening, and by the middle of the movie, they start to converge all into one story, and it's all starts to come together, and then the movie starts to pick up. That's when it starts to get real good, when the alpha and the doctor and the cult are all start to converge, and they all meet each other, and all the plot lines start to come together. That's when the movie starts to get great for me. So those are the 4 points of the movie, and oh man, it's good. It's good. Between the weird relationship between the doctor and the alpha, the action that comes from the cult and their belief system, and what they do is like, I don't know, the Warriors, but instead of just regular old stuff, they're flaying people alive and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So between the action you get from the cult and them terrorizing people, the experiments from the alpha and the doctor, and the kid that's in the cult, you'll see that in the movie. It makes for a really, really great movie. There's a couple annoying jump scares, but I don't mind it. It's it's very few and far between, so it's not annoying at all. The pacing, perfect. The pacing is perfect. I like how they had these individual stories at first, and then they all converge into one. I love that part. So the pacing is perfect, and then by the end of it, everybody gets a breakthrough. Some a little bit more than others get a real literal breakthrough. But by the very end of it, it all circles back around to the first movie. So, yeah, 28 years later, The Bone Temple, me personally, this is just me talking. Nobody has to agree. But me personally, 28 years later, I'm going to shoot that up to my favorite. So, I'm going to have to say 8.5 to 9 out of 10 for me. Not a perfect movie, but man, it was good. So yeah, this was a good movie. If you curious to see it, you should definitely see it. It's interesting.